Galaxy won't be out for like another year still, or even go forward, because he got hired on to do Suicide Squad 2, which is going to be, I hate to say this to Marvel, this just usually happen, out of every DC movie that has been placed upon us, from Justice League to Flash to even Wonder Woman, and I'm going to say this to you, because I put Wonder Woman in a very high.
Yeah, where's my episode of Wonder Woman?
Okay, listen. I put Wonder Woman very, very high.
You mean me?
No, I put it high. The whole movie, Suicide Squad 2, with James Gunn running it, is going to be the best motion picture to come out of that franchise, more than Superman. And you know I love Superman, the Man of Steel. It's going to come out there, because James Gunn is going to put, the cinematography is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
The storyline is going to be incredible. The soundtrack with the cinematography, with the story, and what he writes for the characters is going to be amazing. James Gunn has this technique of taking a storyline that we have no interest in. I have never, ever been interested in Guardians of the Galaxy. And I've seen Star-Lord before. I had no interest. Until I saw Star-Lord in Guardians of the Galaxy, that's a day I fell in love with Star-Lord. I had a man crush on him.
Now, why do you think this man from Missouri has such a charm? Who came from a large Catholic Irish sex ancestry.
With that being true, his younger brother got into porn. How did that happen? Did you know his brother did porn? A little bit of porn. He dabbled a little bit.
Yeah, well, did you know he started making films when he was 12 with just an 8mm? Did you know that?
I did not know that.
So wait, but before he made Guardians of the Galaxy, what other movie did he make that you fell in love with?
There are some horror movies and stuff. I forgot what they were. I don't know off the top of my head. I forgot. Hold on one second. I'm checking something.
He did do Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, those were okay.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm asking what made him so magical.
I just know him from Guardians of the Galaxy, and I was just blown away by the...
Now, he's going to do the Starkey and Hutch TV series?
No, I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
I have no idea.
And it's already written by him, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. That's supposed to be coming out 2021.
Yeah, it's going to be pushed back a little bit.
You think so?
They're also asking him to do a Star Wars. He's probably going to end up doing a Star Wars episode. Some kind of Star Wars something. They've already asked him.
Well, his first movie was done in 1996, the Romeo and Juliet screenplay.
Never heard of it.
Exactly. Now, there was the specials. Do you remember that in the 2000? No. Then there was Scooby-Doo. Then the Tube, Scooby-Doo 2. Oh, my God, they were so terrible. Yeah, no. I mean, and then how funny you said that. He did do PG porn TV series shorts. Yeah. I don't know why.
You mean James Gunn, the younger, his brother?
This is the James Gunn, the writer, producer, director.
Yeah, he did it for a while. All right, WandaVision is coming out. So we've got a date. I had a date, and I just put it on there. Can you check that real fast? But I want to let everybody know that WandaVision, everybody wants to know exactly when WandaVision's going to pick up. When is it? Well, it's from Phase 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, of course. It's after the franchise truly epic events of Avengers Endgame. There's only been a lot of speculation about this, too. About the timeline of upcoming movies and Disney television series, and especially with a lot of points of time left unexplored among the WandaVision. So we do know it's exactly after Endgame. So we'll see that.
Yeah, no, and all they're putting out there for good reason, because the pandemic is putting a pause on there, is 2021. So, but the popularity of it has been increasing a lot.
What, WandaVision?
Oh, yeah.
It's because of the way they're promoting it with all the different... It looks like they're in a Doctor Strange kind of world. Another thing I found out, do you remember when we saw Nick Cage? Is it Nick Cage? No, Nick Fury. That's it. Samuel Jackson at the end of Captain Marvel. Do you remember he's sitting on the bridge and the special thing? He's with all the scroll?
No, I don't. Oh, yes. You're talking about at the end of Captain Marvel, right?
Yeah, that's going to be called SWORD. You remember SWORD, the Space Central Organization?
Mm-mm.
That's in the Marvel universe. So that's his special. It's not S.H.I.E.L.D. It's a space thing happened.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's a lot going on, right? We have the Falcon and Winter Soldier.
That is...
Right, What If, Hawkeye, Loki, Thor, Love, Thunder, right? All these, miniseries in 2021 supposed to come out. So it'll be interesting, and also the soundtrack.
Okay, so real fast, you guys are probably wondering how Hollywood's handling all the COVID-19. How they're actually going around the sets and all that good stuff, how they're dealing with it. Are they living? Are they going crazy? How they eat their food? I recently got to talk to Rico Anderson, who was doing an episode. He's a friend of ours, loves to keep in contact with us. And thank you, Rico. Really, really do.
This award-winning actor, by the way. Yes. Eldest son of 11 beautiful
And he's from
children.
the San Francisco Bay Area. That's what's awesome about him. He was on SWAT a few weeks ago, the TV show SWAT. We talked to him exactly how he went about filming stuff and how's he doing it now during the world of COVID-19. So let's hear that interview real fast.
You guys haven't heard of Rico Anderson? You've been missing out. What is it? Star Trek Renegades. Get Gone, Marcus Garvey's Story, Fifth Passenger, Assassin's Apprentice, Jaded, Runaway, Dreams My Master, Fearless, Hole in One, Dare. I'm going just a few. These are movies. And then,
these are movies.
Yeah, those are movies. And then we're going to go TV shows. The Rookie, SWAT, The Orville, which you were just plastered with makeup. Goliath, Rosewood, The Mick, The Fosters, Grey's Anatomy, 2.5 Men, 2 Broke Girls, and it goes back. And you are just constantly working in movies and television during COVID-19.
I've been blessed, man. Studios starting to slowly open up, and things are happening. And it's so great to be back. It's great that the studios are taking the precautions necessary to ensure our safety and to ensure that we can still work and be able to do what will help our livelihood, continue our livelihood. So I'm very grateful, very, very grateful.
So you are on a TV show tonight, SWAT.
Yes.
CBS. What is this on? It's at 8:30? What time?
It's going to be on at 9.
9, okay.
9 p.m., yeah.
9 p.m.
So, but, people need to just check their local listings, of course.
Yeah.
But, 9 p.m.
And I wanted to talk to you about this, and we're going to go back to other stuff we worked on, but I want to talk about SWAT because something really important that's hitting us right now that is across America is a great topic you're covering. Who is the role you're playing right now? Who is it?
I'm playing young Daniel.
Okay.
Young Daniel is Shamar Moore's father. Daniel Harrison Sr. is Shamar Moore's father. But I'm playing the younger version of his character. We're looking at maybe 20-something years in the past. Oba Babatunde famously plays him and brilliantly plays him in present day. And the flashback scenes deal with the relationship between Hondo and his father, or young Hondo at the time, and his father. And for people who have watched the show, the relationship is kind of strained because the father left the family, ended up getting with starting another family, and just the whole thing of the dad wasn't there growing up, left the mom, kind of left everybody high and dry. And so he's coming back into the fold, and he's a part of Hondo's life. And there's still tension and things like that, but they're trying to work it out and work things out and create a relationship for themselves. But this particular scene takes place during the 1992 Rodney King riots. And so it has a lot to do with I guess you could say the origins of Hondo, some of the things that made Hondo become who he is today, but also showing what the difference that Hondo and his father both have. And Hondo's father is very judgmental about how things have been happening as far as Black people being treated.
Yeah.
And just a lot of the injustices that happened back in the day, which is very unfortunate. A lot of things haven't changed today, as we all know.
So did this have any script to do with anything that's going on now? Did they try to put this in there? Or was this done prior to everything that's going on?
Well, here's the interesting thing about it. So we originally were going to shoot this episode in March. And at the time, there were still things that were happening. Ahmaud Arbery was murdered. We started to hear about Breonna Taylor, and the situation that also happened in Central Park had happened. So there was already racial tension happening as a result of these three current things that were already happening, unfortunately. And then COVID hit, production got shut down, and then not too long after that, George Floyd was murdered.
Yeah.
So the episode that we were going to tape anyway already had a lot of elements of what tonight's episode is going to be about. But again, because of the shutdown and because of what happened with George Floyd and the civil rights movement that came about as a result of it over the summer, some things were tweaked a bit in the script, but not too much because it was already covering it as it were. But some things were changed, and of course it was changed to reflect what's happening today with COVID, and also in terms of what happened with the recent development of George Floyd as well.
Everybody wants to know this, okay? So this is about acting, okay? Since COVID-19 is going on right now, let's say they need you to change a scene. How do they do that?
There's a lot of precautions that have been taken now on sets. So,
but are you covered in a hazmat suit? Are you going in there and they tell you before you go in? Or I'm just curious because people ask me, like even the Batman. They filmed the Batman. That thing is costing millions of dollars because they're shutting it down every 2 weeks.
Right. Listen, it's a legitimate question considering everything that's happening. So. It was interesting going in. I mean, the first experience with coming back to SWAT was I had to go in for a COVID test.
Yeah.
And it was on the day that I wasn't shooting, but they needed that extra time to make sure that I was clean and everything was fine. And so I went in for the test. I was cleared. And then I went back for another test before I went in. I was cleared. Then the day that I was supposed to shoot, I went in for I arrived on set.
Yeah.
Before I even got out the car, they took my temperature.
Yeah.
And then I parked, and then they went over to a trailer. They took one test where they just went into the base of the nostrils here. Then the second test went a little bit further up.
Oh my God!
But they didn't go all the way back into the brain. Man, let me tell you, I was like, oh God, please don't let them touch my brain. So
and after that, do they rush you off to the set? Correct?
Yeah, because the first test is more like the 15-minute test, just to break it all down. If you have it or not, they'll know right there. The second one was like a 3-day test, which really gives you the true answer. And from that, we went straight to set, and we were always wearing our masks. And,
you were? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So when they go action, you have all the masks off. Are you, because you got to imagine, I've been sitting in, I'm doing my workout here, everything radio, for 8 months, pretty much here. Were you a little nervous when you start acting with somebody else without a mask?
I'm gonna tell you, I was a little concerned. But you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. For the first day that I arrived on set and seeing everything that was happening, I already felt very safe. And I'm not just saying that. I felt very safe because I tell you, you had to wear a mask all the way up until you were placed in the area where you're going to start performing. Mm-hmm. Everyone around you, as far as the crew, everyone was in their masks the whole time. There were people who we were working with on the crew directly who I could not tell you to this day what they looked like if we were to walk past each other in Trader Joe's.
That's true.
Yeah, so because they were always masked. You couldn't go up to craft services and just grab something to eat. Somebody's there and they have to hand it to you. The bathrooms were designated towards different people involved in the production. So the actors would have their own, the crew would have their own, people from the medical profession, just everybody would have their own. And you couldn't go into the other one because if you did, they would have to stop production, fumigate the whole thing, and, so.
And I'm assuming it's cheap. I'm thinking, like, if I'm the head of the department, it's cheaper to do this than to shut down everything and wait and then bring everybody back.
Yeah, it's cheaper, but it's not cutting corners. It's very safe.
These are questions people have, and they are not getting answered. Okay, well, if anybody's joining me, Rico Anderson's on with me. He's on SWAT, CBS, 9 p.m. Now, you are one of those individuals, and I ask everyone I ever talk to, do you tweet and Facebook Live and all that stuff, all the shows on, try to answer?
All that. Yeah.
I need your social media handles. What are they for people?
Oh, okay, so for Instagram, well, it's pretty much the same thing. For Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, I am Rico Anderson. I am Rico Anderson.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get back to this. And
Sure.
this is interesting. So you're on SWAT. This is your